Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how I detangle my hair. This is a very simple process. I know for a lot of people detangling is the worst, and I've been there. I totally understand, but it does not have to be that bad. I'm going to show you some things that I do to make the process a lot easier and a lot quicker, okay? There are a few things you're going to use for this process, and that would be a leave-in conditioner, or if it's your wash day, you may be using a detangling co-wash. Now today is not my wash day, but I am going to be using a leave-in conditioner. Now it's up to you if you want to use more of a lightweight, watery conditioner, or if you want to use a thick one like a lotion or a cream. It's really up to you, as long as it is water-based and it has detangling conditioning properties in it, okay? So today I'm going to be using my MIELLE Organics White Peony Leave-In Conditioner. If you follow me on Instagram, you know how much I already love this conditioner. It's very, very lightweight. And it's great, especially for the spring and summertime when you just need to refresh your curls in the morning. You just need to hydrate them, but you don't want to weigh your hair down. This is perfect for that. And because it does have conditioning agents in it, it's great for detangling your hair as well. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do my hair. Now I usually like to start from the back and work my way to the front, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show you the two front pieces that I do here. And also, if you want to just use your fingers, that's what I typically do when I detangle my hair. I usually just use my fingers for the majority of the time. Sometimes I do have to use a wide tooth comb or a detangling brush like a Denman, and this is what they look like. So like I said, I will use a wide tooth comb. You want to make sure you use a wide tooth comb because it's more gentler on your hair and it can really work through your natural curls and kinks. So you want to use a wide tooth comb for that purpose. And then you can also use a detangling brush like the Denman. And if you need to take out some of the teeth, you can just remove the row here. I'll show you another video how I do it, but you just remove the row and then you can take the pieces out, or the extra teeth, you can take those out if you need to, but I just leave it like this. It works just fine for my hair and I'm not too rough with it, so it works out perfectly. But let me show you guys what I do exactly. So this section here, I have it twisted and I have it clamped up. That way I can better control my hair and keep it nice and sectioned up. As you can see, my hair is pretty detangled for the most part. I try to make sure to keep my hair detangled throughout the week because when wash day does come around, I don't want my hair to start to mat up and tangle up and get gross and just annoying. So I make sure to keep it tangle free throughout the week as much as possible. Basically, you want to just spray your hair with your leave-in conditioner, and if you're using a leave-in conditioner that's like a cream or a lotion, you can just put it in your hands, rub it together, and then apply it like so, okay? But definitely make sure you're getting the ends of your hair because they are the driest, because they're the oldest. They've been more exposed to everything that's going on in this world. So make sure you really get those ends nice and saturated, okay? Because that's the part too that you're going to start with when it's time to detangle your hair. So you just want to spray your hair. And I usually like to spray a generous amount. You might even see a little bit dripping here because I want to make sure that when I'm working my fingers or my comb or my brush through my hair, that it's really getting in my hair and that my hair is not dry in any part of it, because you don't want to detangle your hair when it's dry, because there's a chance that you can damage your hair or break it, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure your hair stays as healthy as possible through every process, whether it's washing, detangling, styling, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure you're always taking the proper measures to make sure your hair stays its healthiest. So I think my hair is pretty saturated here, and I'm going to use my fingers, and then I'll show you how to use the comb and the brush as well. But basically, you just want to start at the ends, and you want to gently work your fingers through the ends, check for any tangles and get rid of them. If you come across any tangles, if you need to, you can apply a little bit more conditioner to get those tangles out, or you can use some shears just to snip it off if you can't, you know, get rid of that tangle. Sometimes it does happen, even for me. Sometimes I can't get a tangle out even after trying for minutes, so I'll just have to snip it out. But yeah, so I'm just working my way on up, and I am being very gentle with my hair. I'm just moving rather quickly because I can feel my hair. It's pretty detangled for the most part, so that's good. The goal is to be able to pretty much run your fingers. See, my hair is pretty detangled, but the goal is to really just be able to run your fingers like this through your hair. And even with my hair being dense and kinky and 4C, I can do this. So that's the goal, okay? So if you do come across a little snag like I did right here, I'm just gonna find a little section basically, and I'm start from the bottom and then work my way on up. And as you can see, I'm pretty much running my fingers through my hair. So that's a good thing. This section is pretty detangled and that's amazing. Yeah, so that's good. And I know some people like to apply an oil before they go through the detangling process, and that's perfectly fine. The oil does help to add a little bit more slip, so when you're detangling your hair, your fingers or the comb or the brush will run through it a little bit easier. And if you do choose to use the oil, just make sure you use a carrier oil like almond oil, castor oil, jojoba oil, almond oil. I mean, there's so many carrier oils out there. Just make sure you use one of those versus an essential oil. Now, I don't want to over manipulate this section too much, but I just want to show you what I would do if I have to use a wide tooth comb. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to start at the bottom like so. Get down to the bottom as much as you can. You want to start from the bottom and then work your way on up. So with the comb, you want to make sure you're being very gentle with your hair because you don't want the comb to snag your hair or anything like that. So you want to be very gentle with it and slow at the same time, okay? But yeah, I've had this comb for years and it has not broken yet. And watch me break it on camera. But it's been so good to my hair. I really love this comb, and it only cost me about $2 at my local beauty supply store. So it's a deal. It's a win-win considering I've had it for, I would say, about 4 years at least. So yeah, it's a very nice, sturdy, strong comb. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and twist this section up, and I'll show you on the other side how I use the Denman brush, okay? My butterfly clamp and just clip it on back up. So now I'm gonna work my way on over to this side right here. And this is another thick section as well. And so I just put my blinds up, so sorry if you see any light coming through on my face or my arms, but I have to open up the blinds so you guys can get some good light. So now I'm working on this side, and again, I'm just going to spray it with my leave-in conditioner, and I'm going to make sure this section is pretty saturated because I want to make sure my fingers and my comb, or well, in this case, the brush works through those knots if I have any. Hopefully I don't have too many on this section, but I'm just gonna make sure I get a good amount of the conditioner in my hair. And of course I always like to sneak in a scalp massage every time I do my hair because it just feels so good. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, this time I'm going to use the Denman brush, but first I'm going to work through this section with my fingers first just to make sure I get out most of the knots with my fingers. That's what you want to do first, because with your fingers you can better control and manage and, you know, get those tangles out a little bit more gentler than the comb or the brush. So you want to make sure you're using your fingers first, and then if you want to go back through with a brush or a comb, that's also fine. Just make sure you're being slow and gentle while you're working it through your hair. See, this part is pretty detangled for the most part. I'm able to run my fingers through it, which is really good, so I'm happy about that. I have a few little snags, not too many. Yeah, not too many. But I'm able to run my fingers through, which is awesome. But I'm going to go ahead and use my Denman brush so you guys can see how that works for my hair. And if you have any shedding during this process, it's completely normal because your hair does shed on a daily basis. So if you do see some shedding, I have some shedding going on here, just know it is normal, okay? So don't be alarmed unless it's just excessive shedding, and you will know if you have excessive shedding. And also to make sure you know the difference between shedding and breakage. And I'll make sure to talk about the difference between the two in another video. But I'm going to be using my Denman brush. And again, just want to work from the bottom and work my way on up. And this section is kind of thick. If need be, you can split it in 2 or 3 or however many you need to. And also if you need to add a little bit extra conditioner, you can do that as well. But with this, you don't want to like go too fast. You don't want to be like, you know, you don't want to do all that. You want to take your time with it. Not only does this brush detangle your hair, but it adds some nice definition to your hair as well. As you see that, y'all see that? Look at that. Look how well it's detangling my hair. Isn't that cool? You just want to detangle your hair with it, and make sure you're going pretty slow. You don't want to go too fast because you don't want to damage your hair. But again, just start from the bottom, work your way up till you get to the roots. And make sure you do not forget about the roots. I feel like sometimes when we detangle our hair, we like, you know, start from the bottom, work our way up, and we get like right here, and then we're like, okay, that's enough. You know, we feel like we're done, but no, your hair goes all the way up to the scalp. So you want to make sure you are getting all the way up to your scalp, okay? So I'm just going to do this other little section right here on camera, and then that'll be it for the most part. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them below, because I definitely want to help you guys with this. I know detangling can be a headache sometimes, but it doesn't have to be that difficult and tedious. It's just that you just really have to learn to take your time with your hair and know what products to use and how to use them. And detangling is actually not that bad, and it shouldn't take you too long either, okay? So you just want to make sure you're starting from the bottom and working your way up. Okay, so this section looks pretty detangled as well. I can run my fingers through it. Look at that. I can run my fingers through it. So yeah, I'm pretty much done here with those few sections. I hope this video helped you to better understand how I detangle my hair and how I keep it tangle free. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them below. But the main things to remember are that your hair should be saturated with some kind of leave-in conditioner, and that you use your fingers, a wide tooth comb, or a detangling brush, starting from the bottom and working your way to the roots. And make sure you're being gentle and patient and taking your time during this process, okay? Again, if you have any questions, leave them below. Other than that, make sure you follow me on Instagram at The4cProject. And have a great day, guys. All right, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.